Hey Libra, it's Kayla's Tarot. Hope you guys are well. Do let me know in the comments. Right then, you guys, let's get stuck in. So we're going to be doing your first half of May. So this is from the 1st to the 15th. I'm like a day late with this. My dear boy's not been very well, so I've been on super mum mode for the last 24 hours. Right then, let's get stuck in. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Just get these one more. There we go. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Libra energies, and these are love reads, you guys, and this is Sun, Moon, Rising. So, first half of May 2019, 1st to the 15th, energies for Libra. Oh, there you are in the Queen of Swords, Libra. And these are love reads, Libra. What the hell was that sticking out? The World. Interesting. What was that? The Six of Wands even. Love for Libra, love for Libra. Love for Libra. The Three of Pentacles reversed. So I think some of you guys are just not wanting to go back over old ground, really. Why? Because nothing's changed. Got some conflict there with the Five of Wands. Could be inner conflict, could be exterior conflict. And the Ace of Swords. I really do like this spread for you guys. Let me just pull you guys a couple of romance angels. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, first half of May for Libra. So I've got religious factors. It can sometimes speak of religious rituals such as marriage. It can also just be about your path and where you're going. Forgiving and learning. Libra, put quite simply, you guys are sort of on a power trip with yourselves, with your own destiny. And to interpret this in terms of love, the Queen of Swords with the World, this is communicating what's got to stop, what's got to come to an end, what needs to change drastically. What have we been doing repetitively, maybe even a bad habit? And this can be for anything from the kind of person that you're going for to what you're doing when you actually date and get to know someone. Is there something that you're missing? Are there red flags there that you're overlooking a little bit? Okay. And that's the World. That's that journey coming to an end. That's where you guys are actually sort of saying, no, we're not going to continue doing that. This is where you start paying more careful attention. And also there's recognition that comes with that card as well about being more realistic. This is a new perspective. This is being more realistic with what you need to do and where you're going. So for some of you, it could be repetition with argumentative people. It could also be going for someone where you know there's competition. Some of you, you really do like the bad girl or the bad guy who you know damn well's got competition, but you cannot help but put yourself in the frame, because if that person chooses you, it boosts your ego. For some of you, this literally is an ego trip. So I really do apologise if that offends anyone. But again, the Ace of Swords is here to say, someone needs a reality check somewhere, okay? So that's kind of where we come in, me and Spirit alike, and say, whoa, this is not right, this needs to change. But you guys are recognising that anyway. Don't forget, the Six of Wands is recognition. You guys recognise this. So this is where I feel the religious factors card comes in. This is your path that you are veering off. But why? Because it's not been serving you. It's leading you astray. We are forgiving ourselves, learning from this, knocking it on the head and moving on. This is really where repetition and bad habits stop. And like I say, this could be anything from putting yourself in a position where you're dating someone who you know you're going to have competition. They're seeing other people. Where you start dating someone who at first appears to be honest, then you find out they're seeing other people, but you still cannot help but keep yourself in the frame. Could also be a habit of dating someone very argumentative, very debating, constantly thinks they're right all the time. And again, the Queen of Swords, she is an invite to communicate. She is an invite to say, we need to talk. Something's got to give. Now, in the sense that the religious factors cards means a marriage, you know, a religious ritual such as marriage. This could be too many arguments with a partner. You need to stop. This is where you invite an honest communication in to say, we're sick of this. Nothing's resolving while we're constantly screaming at each other. We need to calm down. We need to talk. We need a new perspective. And this is just where you look for alternatives to solve a problem. So it's a very positive reading for you guys for this half of the month. And the thing is, a lot of people tend to come to these readings expecting this big fantastical story from the tarot. When you narrow it down to such a short space of time as 2 weeks, the first half of May, the way I conduct my readings is I give you a more realistic view of what to expect in this first 2 weeks, rather than a fantastical story that you take with you throughout your life. This is a lesson you take with you throughout your life, and that's kind of how you have to look at this. Because I often I'm going off on a bit of a rant here, and some may disagree, some may agree, but I often because I do watch other tarot readers on YouTube, I have some that I truly admire, and I do sometimes, you can't help but notice comments in them, and they can be really, really unrealistic, shrewd and rude, to the point where someone's just living in Clyde Cuckoo land and needs to take it down a few notches, back down to the realistic level, you know what I mean, instead of head up one's own arse. This is like, whoa, 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 these are general readings for this period of time. It's, you know, if something fantastical happens, it's because Spirit wants you to know it's gonna. If it doesn't show up in the cards, in a general, again, it's hit and miss. You need to understand, there's that many of you, it's not going to possibly resonate for every single one of you. But for those of you who aren't so much in denial about your bad habits, this should hit on. This is where you break the mold. This is where you say, no, I've been doing this too long and I'm not getting anywhere. It's not doing me any favours. This is where some of you guys are going to be saying, I'm changing this now. I'm not entertaining someone who's because believe it or not, some people are going to watch this and think, who the fuck would entertain someone knowing that they're seeing and sleeping with other people? Some do, and it is a massive ego trip for some people, and it causes too much drama. And I feel for some of you, you're way past the drama now and you just want out. But some of you are just a little bit stuck in where to start. Where to start is change your perspective and change your view on the kind of partner that you want. You need to decide, is this what I'm going to accept? If it's not, there's the door. That's really what this is. It's laying boundaries down and saying, I won't accept this and I won't accept that. I may overlook this and I may overlook that. I won't accept this, I may accept that. And that's really what you need to do, is figure out those boundaries. And if someone crosses one of them boundaries, it don't matter how hot they are, how good in bed they are. If they don't cross those boundaries, they don't deserve your time. Why? Because you ain't the only one getting their time. And it's as simple as that, you guys. So I just want to highlight that for a few of you. So don't punish yourself because of someone else's bad behaviour. This is where, like I say, you forgive yourself first for putting up with it. That is probably the only thing that you've done wrong. And you learn from it. And when I say you learn from it, that means you learn and you never go back to this again. You never put up with this again. And for those that are married, the same message still stands. You set boundaries. You say, why are we arguing over this when it's never getting resolved? Is it worth moving past this one and choosing your battles a little bit more wisely? Because otherwise, you're going to be constantly arguing. And who's that going to help? What is that going to solve? Sometimes compromise is key. And that is tied in with the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. She's a negotiator. That's what she does. She negotiates a better deal, you know, unlike Theresa May. Anyway, you guys, I'll leave that there. If anyone wants personal reading, a realistic personal reading, please feel free to email me. It's below in the description. Otherwise, you guys, I wish you a wonderful start to May 2019. And I'll be back after the 15th at some point. You guys take care. Bye for now.